Hello friends! In this video you'll see how have the actors of the TV series Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman 1993-1998 changed. You'll know their real names and age. I will show you how they looked then and what's with them now. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Let's go! Byron Sully is the lover of Michaela Quinn and the birth father of Kathy. He is a fairly conscientious man who tries to help people, even those he doesn't like too much. He has good stamina and knows chain customs. Brian Cooper is one of 3 Ethan children who, like the others, were adopted by Michaela Quinn and her husband. He is good-natured, can help a wounded animal, and is capable of experiencing worry about his loved ones. The role is performed by Sean Tui. Matthew Cooper, Chad Allen, is the adopted son of Byron Sully and his wife, and is also related by blood to Brian and Colleen. He can show understanding for the desires of others, tries to protect his loved ones, and takes the death of really dear people very hard. Lauren Gray was married to Maud until her death and also had romantic feelings for Dorothy. He is a proud nature and has a negative attitude toward Indians. Has a one-stop store, played by Orson Bean, who died in a multi-vehicle collision in 2020. Jake Slicker is married to Teresa and has been a long-time hairstylist to the townspeople and has helped with medical issues. Has a problem with alcohol abuse and also dislikes Indians. Occasionally tried to give advice to Michaela, played by Jim Knobloch. Hank Lawson was Myra's boss and also has a good friendship with Jake Slicker. He's far from respectful to everyone, but has been attentive to his son and has tried to develop his talent for drawing. Loves to smoke cigars. He was played by William Shockley. Horace Bean, Frank Collison, was married to Myra for some time, and during this relationship they had a daughter, Samantha. He is by nature not a conflict and a somewhat vulnerable person. Horace is not inclined to judge people for their profession, wears sideburns. Reverend Timothy Johnson is related to Caleb and had a brief relationship with Louis Chambers. He has been able to get on the righteous path and move away from deception to help people more. Has a good attitude toward children. He was played by Jeffrey Lower. Grace is the owner of the city cafe of the same name and is also the sweetheart of Robert E. She's an excellent cook, knows many recipes, and is not averse to helping others learn sound cooking skills. Was the adoptive mother of Anthony, played by John L. Allen. Robert E. was one of Anthony's adoptive parents and is married to Grace. He is skilled with metal and has a good understanding of machinery and some units that he can repair or rebuild. He was played by Henry G. Sanders. Martin Avishominis Chesterfield was one of the patients of a New York mental institution because of his belief that he would become a bird, and also tried to imitate their behavior as much as possible. Managed to get along with Brian, played by Nick Tate. Cloud Dancing Black Hawk, Larry Sellers, was the birth father who walks on cloud. He can think and act wisely and has a rather resilient character that allows him to overcome difficulties. He's on good terms with Byron and has a romantic interest in Dorothy. Myra Bean worked for some time for Hank Lawson, providing intimate services to his clients until she married Horace. She is not the type of person who would tolerate disrespectful and rude treatment of herself. She has a daughter, Samantha, played by Helen Udy. Colleen Cooper, Jessica Bowman, is one of Byron's adopted children and is also Matthew's sister. She has a good relationship with her brothers and doesn't stand aside when help is needed. It was Michael's example that helped her understand who she wants to become. Mr. Wu is one of the members of the Chinese community practicing their national medicine. He is well versed in various herbs and their uses and passes on his knowledge to capable students. Mr. Wu is at ease with other people's differences, played by Robert Eaton. Marjorie Quinn is one of Michael's siblings. She is determined and is not afraid to face difficulties or even illness. She has a red shade of hair, rather cute facial features, and a warm smile. Likes to wear a straw hat. The role is performed by Ellie Mills. Emma Morrison had a brief romantic relationship with Matthew Cooper. She's quite friendly, hard-working, and able to be persistent in achieving her goals. For Emma, building a career is the main priority in life. The role is performed by Charlotte Chatton. Black Moon, Gregory Cruz, stood at the head of the brave Indian warriors and got along quite well with Byron Sully. He is ready to defend the position of his people, to fight for their rights and safety. In difficult situations, he tries to find the best solution. Anthony, Brandon Hammond, was the adopted son of Robert E. and Grace, whom they worried about as their own. He was quite good with his peers, but was especially good with Brian, with whom he also went to the same school. Peter Cho, Eric Michael Z, was one of the Dr. Quinn's patients who was also helped to recover by Colin. He is in good physical shape and has a fairly strong body, which has helped him to cope with his illness. He has long hair, which he ties into a ponytail. Snowbird, Tanto Cardinal, was the sole spouse of Cloud Dancing, to whom their son Walks on Cloud was born. She is a good-natured person, willing to help others, and has an inner core. She gets along well with Michaela Quinn, and once gave her a horse as a gift. Teresa Morales, Alex Meneses, is related by blood to Donna Verana, and was also married to Jake. She knows how to find an approach to children and explain the academic disciplines to them well, not inclined to be led by the family when it comes to her personal life. Sergeant O'Connor is a member of the US Army and has been in an extremely conflicted relationship with Byron Sully. He has a stubborn disposition, always follows a plan, and is able to handle firearms with skill. The role is performed by Patrick Kilpatrick. Daniel Simon, John Schneider, is a longtime friend of Byron who has helped him immensely in growing his own business. He values friendship and, if possible, tries to fulfill the requests of friends and is ready to help them even if they have committed a crime. Kid Cole is Ruth's lover and was sheriff of Colorado Springs for a time. He really loves his wife, worries about her, and tries to cheer her up whenever possible. He has good shooting skills, played by Johnny Cash, who passed away in 2003 from diabetes. Sister Ruth is the legal wife of Kid Cole. She is compassionate and caring, but can also be persistent and is not used to just giving up. Ruth has a pleasant smile, played by June Carter Cash, who died in 2003 from complications from heart surgery. Donna Verana is a close relative of Teresa. It can be quite difficult to convince her of some things, and she is used to doing as she sees fit. She was somewhat prejudiced against Jake, played by Carmen Zapata, who passed away in 2014 from heart disease. Dr. Cassidy has been practicing medicine for over 30 years. He knows Michaela well, but doesn't have a trusting relationship with her. Cassidy can be a little brash at times and can treat some people somewhat disrespectfully. He was played by Jerry Harding. Dorothy Jennings holds the position of editor at Colorado Springs and is also on good terms with Michaela. She is quite literate, can explain well, and can even teach others. Dorothy has been able to beat cancer. She has curly hair, played by Barbara Babcock. Dr. Michael Quinn, Jane Seymour, is a practicing physician in Colorado Springs who knows how to deal with many illnesses and can also perform surgical procedures. She doesn't like to be racist or belittle women's rights. She knows how to ride a horse well. Major Samuel Morrison is quite familiar with Dr. Mike. He is characterized as a man who is extremely negative toward all members of Indian tribes and tries in every way to make life difficult for them. He can be quite assertive. The role is played by Dan Lauria. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please share it on social networks, like it, and of course subscribe to the channel.